early on in Spark, someone gave me a bracelet. I don't know if we can swear on this webcast, so I won't. I'll use the it said keep effing going.
Yeah.
And that's my advice. Like, just keep going. My other advice is find a niche. So when I first started Channel Maven, I knew what I wanted to do, and yet someone would come to me and say, "Can you market my cereal company?" And in the early days, I would say, if you have budget, I can market anything you want me to market. And pretty early on, I realized, I can charge an enterprise tech company $10,000 for what a CPG is willing to pay $1,500 for. So that became more my niche. It was more scalable for me. It was what I had done. Like, again, this is 2009, so there's no like digital advertising yet. I don't know how to market cereal. Like, Joe, do you want some cereal? I don't know.
I don't like cereal. No.
Yeah. Is it gluten-free?
Yeah.
But I knew my niche, and that's what I had to stick to. And that's why we were so successful at the end of the day.
No, it makes sense. No, that's great advice. So obviously, we're calling this discussion lessons learned. We truly believe in sort of this ecosystem of founders, of entrepreneurs, of sharing these stories. That's why we're doing this, right? What are some of the key lessons that you learned? I know you've touched on a few today, but maybe perhaps there's one from the onset, the idea phase, or is there something during the acquisition process? What's sort of that one key piece of advice that you'd leave for founders and entrepreneurs?
Don't start a software company in a global pandemic.
I guess that works. Yeah.
I think if I could have done things differently, I probably would have gotten more funding in place before we launched and went live. The good news is we had revenue trickling in and trying to fund things. I don't know that I would have changed very much. If we hadn't been in a pandemic, things would have looked very different for Spark. But certainly now understanding the business, making sure you have a partner. I knew I needed a partner, and yet I was building the plane as I flew it. So I was sort of like bringing in potential partners as we were already launching. So I think it's figure out what you need for your team, find an investment partner who truly gets you,